At this hour, the 47 county assemblies will receive 50% of their respective budgets as a stopgap measure to address the standoff of a slashing of budget expenditure by the MCAs. The speakers of the county assemblies recorded a consent before Justice Lenola in the case where they have petitioned against the slashing of their budgets by the Controller of Budget. Now, the Controller of Budget, the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, and the Commission for Revenue Allocation had argued that the month that the MCAs was spending too much on allowances and foreign trips, cutting into development expenditure. The MCAs issued a circular on the reduction of their budget squashed. They have agreed to have the case mentioned on the 29th of August.
Estimates submitted to county assemblies to enable county governments and county assemblies operate. We are very happy with the order, and indeed I just want to assure the public that counties will have salaries at the end of the month.
Whether the Commission on Revenue Authority has authority or the mandate to put ceiling on county governments, that is a question which is yet to be determined. As you've heard from the advocate, the matter will be mentioned on the 29th of August, and then directions will be given as towards the hearing.
Police in Kajiado County have arrested a suspect in connection with 4 vehicles that were stolen at a car dealer in Parklands here in Nairobi. The suspect, John Gadhu Mbugwa, was allegedly found in possession of one of the cars that was stolen. Traffic police from Isinya area who arrested the suspect say they suspected the cars were on their way to Tanzania. Another vehicle was found in Kitengela area. The suspect, however, claimed that he was given a car by a gentleman from Mlolongo area. Kajiado DCIO Daniel Musangi argued the police and urged them to be on high alert as these cases have been on the rise.
The officers who arrived at Kajiado police station did confirm that the vehicles were stolen from a car dealer, and they were 4. And so far we have been able to recover 2 motor vehicles. So we have 2 motor vehicles still at large. One of them is Mercedes-Benz, white in color, C200. The other one is Toyota Corolla Axion.
Let's go to the counties now. The county of Kirinyaga is urging its 2,000 employees not to storm the county assembly chambers on August the 5th as planned over their salaries issues. The employees on Tuesday had issued a warning to members of the county assembly that they would be forcibly ejected should they fail to remit their July salaries on time. The employees also questioned the MCA's factoring of the 10 million shillings for their hospitality and nothing for the county executive. The county executives noted the assembly is yet to approve the 2014-2015 financial year budget. But David Medenge, the finance committee chairman in the assembly, denied that there is bad blood between the executive and the assembly. The Kenya Agricultural Research Institute has expressed concerns over the high levels of drug residue in livestock products. According to KARI Assistant Director Dr. Faustin Wandera, the most affected product was milk, which had high levels of heavy metals and aflatoxin. Speaking on the sidelines of the Dairy Farmers Open Day at the Dairy Training Institute in Naivasha, Dr. Wandera said KARI had embarked on a study to find the extent of the problem and find a solution. Despite the challenges, the Cabinet Secretary in charge of the Ministry of Agriculture, Felix Koskei, said the government was committed to making the country a milk exporting nation by the year 2017.
Partners that are with us. Aflatoxins is a big issue in this country. Yeah, and if it is not addressed, even if we process our milk, it will not go anywhere. And we are addressing that, Bwana Minister. There's a project that has mapped out areas that are heavily, infested with mycotoxins, and also the heavy metals and so on.
We are not producing to only consume like milk. We want to export. How are we going to do it? We need to increase the number of animals. We need to improve the quality of our animals, high yielding breeds, so that we get what we can consume and we get what we can now surplus that we can export.
Also, members of a family in Kitengela stormed the privately owned Kitengela Medical Services Hospital, accusing the hospital of negligence in the death of their kin. The family claimed that one of their own was left unattended for 3 days after undergoing surgical operation at the clinic. 13 members of the family caused chaos early morning at the health facility and blamed the hospital for failing to adequately care for their patient, who later died after her condition deteriorated. It took the Kitengela police officers more than 2 hours to calm the family members. The 65-year-old mother had undergone a surgical operation to correct a disorder in her appendix. A week ago, the Kitengela Medical Clinic Administration, Moses Sirongu, promised that the hospital would investigate the matter. But Ethiopian athletes have invested all their time in training for the next month's African Athletics Championships in Morocco. Ethiopian athletes are not in Glasgow, Scotland, since their country is not a member of the Commonwealth. While the Ethiopians, who are primarily Kenya's rivals in middle and long distance races, have taken the advantage to solely prepare for the continental competition. The African Championship is held every 2 years, and we'll see Kenya use the athletes in Scotland during the African event. Now, Kenya finished second behind Nigeria at the 2012 edition in Benin, with a total tally of 27 medals, 9 of which were gold. Ethiopia was 17th without any medal, but the coaches handling the Ethiopian team this time round believe that with the team's concentration on the continental championships, they stand a better chance. They promise their confidence on the fact that Kenyan athletes will be fatigued by the team after the championships in Scotland. Time to wrap up this bulletin, but you do know that all the story that you see on this particular bulletin and elsewhere can be read on the official #1 local website, that is standardmedia.co.ke. Now it's Friday, time for a Did You Know fact. You may not use it anywhere, but did you know that there's a man, after 77 years of marriage, a 99-year-old man divorced his wife, who was 96 years old, because he recently discovered that she had an affair in the 1940s. Talk of being unforgiving. My name is Bonnie Tunya. Good afternoon.